Why do you think that U.S. President Barack Obama's State of the Union address is important for Africans in general and for Nigerians in particular? Why should they really care about it?
It's important to care about it, I think, largely in terms of, because of the security situation in West Africa, with northern Mali and, the Al-Qaeda and Boko Haram in Nigeria. I listened to the speech hoping for a mention of Boko Haram and Al-Qaeda. Nigeria did not show up directly, but of course Mali showed up. What we are seeing, of course, is the globalization of terror. So you can make connections between Afghanistan and Pakistan and Algeria and northern Mali and the north of Nigeria. And I think that the US plays an important part in this war against terror.
Now, Tolu,
especially in supporting West African countries, helping them build the capacity to fight the war against terror.
Now, Tolu, you talk about the globalization of terrorism, but do we sincerely know the fundamental root causes of this thing called terrorism?
Absolutely, it's not a single cause. It's a combination of factors. On the one hand, of course, there is basic socio-economic conditions. The northern Nigeria, much of it lies in poverty. The poverty statistics in the north of Nigeria are much higher than in the south. So what we have is millions of young people with no economic opportunities. Years of misgovernance and corruption and a failure of government institutions have produced a situation in which we have young people with no education, with no opportunities to earn a living. It's inevitable in that condition that young people, caught up in that condition, will eventually vent their anger against the state. So there's a socio-economic dimension to this issue. And then, of course, there's the fact, as I said, talking about globalization, the fact that the world is now a much smaller place. So it's likelier now for forces of terror in Yemen or in Afghanistan, hounded, of course, by the US, to look for new areas to express themselves. So we're talking about a combination of factors that are uniting to destabilize the African continent.